Hi ladies, so today is October 16th and I am officially 10 weeks and 4 days pregnant. Yay! I'm still in the first trimester. Technically, baby is now officially graduated into fetus status, so baby is looking more like a human, no more webbed toes, and the tail is just about gone. And Mouse is the size of a date or a prune. So Mouse is growing. I did a video a few days ago. Ran out of battery life, and of course it did not upload to my phone fast enough, and so I'm really sorry about the videos. Said I was going to do one a week. I'm going to try to set a day aside Mondays because I have off on Mondays, so I can keep my promise to you guys where I said I was going to do a video or ran a week. So today I am just going to talk about the message that my doctor left on my phone and what I think. I told you before she left that message talking about she was worried about my numbers and that I needed to come in, and it turned out to be a bunch of hoopla. I said it, hoopla, and this is why. I have my notes here. Okay, so her concern was my HCG levels and why they were not doubling. Just a side note, ladies, when you do finally get pregnant, because I think all of us finally are, I know a lot of us in the small group of people that I've been following are getting pregnant. So Fatima, congratulations. Fatima mama, sorry, found out that she is expecting, so congratulations to you. And I am still crossing my fingers for praying for baby number 3 and Sonia and all you other ladies out there. I'm sorry if I can't remember everyone's name, because all you ladies are beautiful, but yeah, so we're still crossing our fingers and praying for each other. Okay, so this is why she was worried. On the, hold on, let me get the pages that I need. So on 9/8, which would have put me at 5 weeks pregnant, my HCG levels were 1,249. Ideally, at 5 weeks, they want to see in between 18 and 7,340. So I met the criteria of being pregnant, but I was kind of on the lower end of the spectrum as far as my levels go. I took another test on about a week later, 9/14. That would have put me at about 6 weeks, and my numbers did not double. They increased, which is great, to 2,609. According to the American Pregnancy Organization, the levels at 6 weeks should be in between 1,080 to 56,500. Up to 56,000. And I was only at 2,600. So yeah, she was a little worried. But that's when I had the ultrasound and we heard Mouse's heartbeat. And Mouse's heartbeat at 6 weeks was 113. So that ultrasound proved that the baby was not a molar pregnancy. It was not an ectopic pregnancy. And the baby was implanted in the uterus and growing. So I guess the threat of having a blighted ovum or any of those concerns were kind of dismissed after you hear the heartbeat. But still, obviously, the first trimester, you still have like a really, I'm not out of the woods yet. I probably won't be out of the woods until baby comes. But, you know, the levels not doubling, I guess, was a concern for her. Not everyone's levels double. Even every, I think they say in between 24, 48 days up to 72 hours. 42 days, guys. 72 hours, they want to see the numbers double. Not all of our numbers are going to double. And I guess I'm making this video primarily so when you do get pregnant, or if you are pregnant and you are having on the lower end of the spectrum on your numbers, not to be overly concerned when a doctor says, hey, you know, your numbers aren't doubling. Take it with a grain of salt. Definitely, I would definitely get an ultrasound to definitely hear your little being's heartbeat, but not to sweat what the doctors say, because she kind of had me a little frazzled. Then I had another ultrasound done, not another ultrasound, I did have another blood work done on 10/6, which would have put me at 9 weeks. And again, that was the week that I went to the hospital and heard Mouse's heartbeat again, and Mouse's heartbeat was 164. So, yeah, so my numbers went from 6 weeks being the 2,000 up to 8 weeks, jumped a staggering 45,139. Ideally, in between 4 and 12 weeks, they want to see in between 25,700 to 288,000. So there's going to be a large range of numbers. And like I said, guys, if you have a lower end of the spectrum on the numbers, and, you know, the doctor's like, okay, well, your numbers are doubling. Listen. Hear it, but don't listen. Yeah, hear them, but don't listen. Because it'll put you in such a uneasy, frantic state. Don't go to Dr. Google. Okay? Leave Google alone for that. Because there are obviously negative stories out there, or realistic stories. I'm not even going to say negative. Realistic stories of women that have miscarried, or, you know, are showing a miscarry or something like that. Woosah. Take it easy, light candles. Because this will put you in a whole nother level of, a whole nother world of worrying, and that's not what we need. So I guess basically, as long as your numbers are increasing, it's not where they're at, it's how they're increasing, that they're gradually getting higher and higher. That's the only thing that we should really be worried about. If your numbers start decreasing, that doesn't even really mean that you're going to have a miscarriage. Sometimes, maybe, more than likely, it's just your body's, everyone's level of HCG in their system is different. Even when you're not pregnant, everyone's level of HCG is different, and that's why some women see a positive BFP, get their positive BFP at 8 days, and some women have to wait until they're like 13 days, you know, past ovulation to get that positive pregnancy test, because our levels are all different. We're all different creatures. We're all beautiful, and that's just the way it is. I just wanted to demystify that little, your numbers have to double every 24, 48, 72 hours. That doesn't really mean a lot. And doctors know that. Some doctors will acknowledge that. Some doctors are pig-headed and will just say, well, that's what the book says, so that's what it is. No, it's not. So that is that. How am I feeling, guys? This nausea is kicking my patootie. It really is. It is, you know, I have good days, and then I have not so good days. And everything tastes wrong. It tastes like, I am really big on oral hygiene. I had braces for about 3 years. And I stay at the dentist's office. I stay brushing my teeth and flossing and all that great stuff. But I have this kind of taste in my mouth that it's like I never went to the dentist, and I have this horrible metallic taste in the back of my mouth. No matter how much ginger I munch on, no matter how much parsley I munch on, I still have that funky taste. I don't know what this taste is, but it's just hang time 24 hours a day. Nothing can get rid of it. Nothing. And it's not bad breath. It's just a taste that I taste. Like my taste buds got completely jacked up. And that's the only thing they remember no matter what I eat. That is quite irritating. Quite irritating. Like I said, I'm not going to complain too much. I don't want to complain during this pregnancy. But I'm noticing things that I never noticed during my other pregnancies. And I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with um, a lot of just, I feel like just not myself. Maybe because I haven't been pregnant for 15 years and I'm not used to it. 16 years, 15 years. Yeah. I'm just noticing a lot of changes. I can't sleep on my stomach anymore and my boobs are killing me. I have the worst nausea. It's just with me. It's like my mouth is constantly watering. Some days I am craving water and some days I can't seem to drink it. Like it won't get past my tongue down my esophagus into my stomach. Like it's hard to just swallow water because water tastes bad. And then some days, like, oh, not yesterday. Yesterday I had a decent meal. I had a BLT. And I normally don't have mayo on my sandwiches. I normally don't use mayo. But I went out and I bought a nice packet of great bacon, pork bacon. And I had like about 7 pieces. I was frying like about 7 pieces of bacon. And about 4 of those pieces made it onto my sandwich. And I wolfed that sucker down so bad that I bit my tongue trying to eat. And it stayed down with no problems. Then today, nothing. I don't want anything. My stomach is turning. I'm tired of ginger. Kind of like I was tired of all those supplements I was taking. It's just like, is it going to get better? I hope so. Because otherwise, Mouse is not going to get nourished. Because I can't seem to eat. And I'm eating smaller meals, trying to make smaller meals every day. But some of my favorite dishes are just absolutely, do I have to eat that? Really? Salad with feta cheese and onions. Oh, who wants to eat that? It's gross. That's one of my favorite meals. A nice healthy salad with fat cucumbers and thick slices of beefsteak tomato drenched in pepper and feta cheese and red onions and black olives. Oh my God. Oh, love it. Sushi. I've been doing a lot of sushi. No matter what time of day, I notice I'm not having a problem doing any sushi. So, I don't know what that means. It means that I have expensive taste. That's what it means. That's what it means. It means that Mouse has got some expensive taste because sushi runs me about $15 a plate every time I eat it. And yeah, I don't know if I can really afford to eat sushi every day, but it would be nice. Be nice to have a plate of sushi every day. So yeah, that's where I am. I am hormonal. I feel good today. I felt good yesterday, but there's been a few days where I wanted to kill my FOB. I abbreviated it, father of baby. So he gets a little acronym now. So yeah, it's been quite a few days that I just wanted to like drive his head through the steering wheel. And it's been so simple. Like, he'll ask me, like, how long are you going to be in Walmart? And I'll be like, as long as I need to be in Walmart. Why do you care? If you didn't want to bring me, then why are you here? What's your purpose in this relationship? It's just like, okay, take as long as you need. I'll be next door. Oh, gosh. I don't know. At least he's been through it before, so it's not like a total shock, like I'm going psycho or something. But, yeah, I kind of do feel, even my daughter was just like, yeah, you're hormonal, Mom. I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. You know, kind of like a fat person doesn't want to hear they're fat or, you know, whatever. It's just like, yeah, we know it. We know. We don't want to hear that. You know, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that I'm hormonal. I know I'm hormonal. I know. Oh, yeah. Quick rant. Breast milk. I want to talk about breast milk for a few minutes. I want to talk about how I went to work and then there was a coworker who was obviously graciously, beautifully just had a beautiful baby girl. And she has decided to store her breast milk in the community refrigerator. I have no problem with breast milk being stored in the community refrigerator. I breastfed all my kids. I did pump at work because our job has created a nice little quiet space to where we're able to pump and store our milk. My problem with this chica is that she did not put her milk in a container that would kind of separate it from everyone else's food. She kind of just put it there like she wants to create a something to talk about. And I appreciate passionate women that have something that they're passionate about. You know, let's talk about it. Let's have a debate. Let's go for it. But I also think that there's a tactful way of doing things. And I don't think having breast milk in a container, right? And it wasn't even just one bottle. It was her own personal stock of breast milk. It was like 7 bottles of 4-ounce bottles of breast milk. And she wasn't even working that day. And I'm like, why is your breast milk in the freaking... Did you forget it was in the refrigerator? I mean, do you not have a lunch bag for it? Which is funny because this year for our summer bonus, in addition to getting a summer bonus, they gave us all lunch bags and big lunch bags. And I'm like, why wouldn't you put them in a container? Like, why just leave it there? I'm having the yuck factor with it. I really am. And I don't want to be a hypocrite because I am obviously a nursing mother and plan on being a nursing mother. But there is certain ways of doing things. I just don't understand people. I don't understand our society. I really, really don't understand what goes through some of these people's head, because I'm just like, why would you? That's something that you do at home. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't even know if you do that at your mom's house. Like, I wouldn't pump and have my titty milk next to my dad's lunch at work. I'd be like, I could put it in a container and, you know, have a cute little lunchbox with it. And then if someone's nosy and they want to see, you know, that looks like skim blue milk in there, then they'll be like, oh yeah, we know what that is. But just to have it right there, it had me pissed off. And my coworkers, because they know I'm opinionated, I'm going to say that. They know I'm opinionated. Are just like, yeah, Tasha, you should say something to her. And I'm just like, you know, I'm tired of being that woman. I don't want to be that confrontational black woman at work. You know, I don't want to be that, hey, you know, you need to do this. I don't want to be that chick. But I was also getting pissed off with it. And it wasn't real like looking at her cross-eyed pissed off. It was just kind of like understanding what is your thought process as you were pumping at work, as you were expressing your own milk, just to put it in the refrigerator next to someone's sandwich who might not share your enthusiasm about breast milk. What's your thought process? How does that work? I mean, I guess it should be socially acceptable. I still think that there's norms that we need to follow if we're part of a society. I try to distance myself from a lot of the norms, but there are certain things that I think women should follow. People should follow. Like, you don't chew with your mouth open. That's just bad manners. You don't wear mini skirts to a PTA meeting. That's just tacky. You don't put breast milk in a community refrigerator next to someone's ham and cheese sandwich and salad and think that that's okay. Oh, it's just like cow's milk. No, there's a difference. It's a personal difference. It's great. I've had breast milk before. It's sweet. It's great. But there should be some type of boundary between that. You know, like you wear panties and then you wear pants. You have that boundary there between your undergarments and your outer garments. I think there should be a boundary there. That's just me. And they're waiting for me to say something to her. And I'm just like, I'm not going to. I'm not putting my stuff in the refrigerator. And I'm wondering, okay, how long is she? And I asked her, I said, yeah, you know, you're nursing. Yeah, how long are you going to be nursing? How long do we have to deal with this? But I'm pretty sure one of my other coworkers is going to spill out. There's a few guys that are just like, yeah, this isn't going to happen too much longer. Because it's like 7 bottles. Like, you can't even... Really, technically, I think it's like, 48 hours if you're not freezing your booby milk, you should throw it out. So why? Not unless she's pumping it milk and they're just the identical bottles, but different days. I don't like trying to psychoanalyze people, guys. It's not what I went to school for. I went to school for math and accounting and all that great stuff, not to try to be someone's therapist. and get inside their head and wonder what some people are thinking. That for me is emotionally and physically draining. But yeah, that's my pet peeve of the week. I just don't put my stuff in the refrigerator anymore. I don't even like opening it up. And I just think it's disrespectful. I think that it's very selfish for someone to do that. And really quick, I also think that it's selfish for women to not be discreet when they're nursing in public. I think that with people expressing sometimes their individuality, we have to remember that you also might be offending someone else's. But that's just the way I was raised. I was raised with discreetness and stuff like that. And I mean, it just, I don't know. You know, I think it's more of a distraction too. Like some people need something to talk about. I don't know. I don't know what some women do when they just are undiscreetly covered. And I'm not saying go into the bathroom, because I never breastfed my children in the bathroom. I breastfed my babies at the table, but I had a nice shawl that I used, and it was opaque, so you could not see my goods, and you couldn't see my baby, because that was my baby's personal time. I didn't just have my boobie out there with my baby latched on and just said, oh yeah, well, it's natural and I can do it. Yeah, well, you can also walk around without your shirt too, but how many of us do that? Whatever. Slight pet peeves about new moms that I don't know what their thinking process is. I'm not going to try to understand it. I just smile and keep my comments to myself and hokey pokey to my own business. Yeah. But I come home and I talk about it. I come home and I'm just like, you guys will not believe what happened today. Yeah. Wow. So, that is my slight rant / update. Mouse so far is doing great. Me and FOB are doing pretty decent. You know, I'm not disliking him the past few days. In fact, I've been finding him slightly funny and, you know, entertaining, the least, at least. So everything is doing well with me, and I want to say congratulations to everyone out there, and hang in there for everyone else who's still trying. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there, because this is not an easy road. We already know that. You know, it's going to take time, but it's going to happen. I really, really feel that women like us that are trying so hard to conceive are going to be the best parents around, and have more stories and more patience and more resources to spread on and to give to our offspring than women that, oops, I'm pregnant. You know, I don't want to say there's, I think when you're trying really hard, it's kind of like being given a gift and then working really hard for a gift. You cherish your gift differently. That's the way I feel, guys. Don't knock me, my own personal opinions. So I'm going to do another update, and my updates are going to be on Mondays. Mondays or Tuesdays. I will make weekly updates on things that are important to me and that I want to share. And I hope you guys stay tuned. And thank you to all my beautiful subscribers. I keep looking, and every day I seem to get some new lovely that wants to be a part of my journey. And I want to say thank you to all my new lovelies that are finding my stories encouraging. And I hope that, I really, really hope, if nothing else, I'm able to encourage you to keep on going, and that I can support you during your journey like so many women have supported me during this. It's been so hard, so many times. If you watch my other videos, I've had so many hard times trying to get through this. And without their support, I wouldn't continue. And I just want to pass that along and be there for you guys.